What's going on, you guys? Here's our end of the day: $408 in profit trading the Nasdaq this afternoon. Okay, I took three trades in total, two losses in the AM, and one win on the PM. Okay, I'm gonna break down to you guys market analysis, the trade, and why I enter these positions. First things first, market open at 9:30, right around here. We have London's highs, London's lows, Asia highs, and we also have previous day's highs right around here. Okay, equal highs around here. I kept this into consideration going into the shorts, the first short positions that I took. Right, I knew price could be a magnet to those equal highs up there, but nevertheless, I got my edge, so I needed to execute with no hesitation or reservation, which is pretty much what I did. The first short happened after we ended up sweeping Asia highs. We had already swept London's. Price gave me a change in the state of delivery, and I got baited into the shorts right around 10 a.m. Okay, I never got a nice fair value gap except for this wick and this wick, this minor 1 minute around here, this candles in between. But as you guys can see, we did get a nice change in the state of delivery, but price ended up stopping me out almost immediately. Okay, so you guys can see this big ass wick and this big ass candle. Just that 10 a.m. news volatility just spikes the fuck up crazy, or spikes the fuck down crazy. We never know which way. All right. Nevertheless, I got stopped out here. I said, cool, fuck it. I waited for price to rebalance around. Gave me another change in the set of delivery right around here shortly after. This time around, it actually provided me a 1 minute bearish for value gap. Okay, guys, this candlestick, this wick and this wick, the gap in between, changing the set of delivery, tapped it, entered at the momentum down, and as you guys can see, I got waked out right around here. On the first trade, I entered with two contracts, which is my standard size. Second trade, because I had previously lost around here, I enter with only one contract. Okay, I never like to increase size as I lose. It's literally part of my rules. After I got completely fucking cooked on the AM session, I simply locked out of the charts. All right, I locked out. I went to the gym and I took care of business. Later in the day, price ended up sweeping these equal highs. Okay, price actually gravitated towards those equal highs and shortly after reversed significantly. Okay, reversed around 12 p.m. This reversal, I was not on the charts monitoring it, so I completely missed it, which is cool. But when I did hop on the charts, luckily, price ended up sweeping London's low. Okay, remember at the opening of the market what I told you guys, I'm not interested in taking a trade before we sweep these highs, or before we sweep these lows. Okay, liquidity is my key level. I must wait for a liquidity sweep before I execute anything. When we swept London's low, it was around 1 p.m. I made myself available for this position. Price created a nice change in the state of delivery, strong close above this previous candle, created a 1 minute bullish fair value gap, tapped it, used it as support, and went up. Okay, I entered at the momentum. I wanted to see at least this candlestick or this candlestick close above these previous candles, which it did. So I entered at the momentum. Could have entered a little bit sooner. As you guys can see, I was in a little bit of drawdown around here. Price came to the consequent encouragement of this 1 minute bullish for value gap, rejected it, used it as support, and I targeted opposing liquidity. Okay. Once I was already at this partial area of the trade, right, we closed above this swing low around here. I moved all my stops to break even and I let the runner run. And as you guys can see, I had a nice objective exit. Okay. You see, guys, after we sweep London's low, it's okay if price decides to continue pushing further down and attack more sell side liquidity down here. Okay. All I need is just at least a 50% retracement, which is all I got. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's the algorithm that I want to be there for. Okay, and today I was able to successfully do that in the PM session, right in this trade. I caught 75 points to the upside with one contract, completely eliminating the previous loss on the AM session. The previous losses on the AM session. So you guys can see two losses, one win. With good risk management, I came out green for the day. Now, these trades, these two trades, I copy traded these two losses across all my XFAs. All right, guys. And I was actually down $1,063 right around here. What I did was I turned off the copy trader and I only copy traded this last trade that I took on the leader account. All right, guys. The reason I did not copy trade across all my funded accounts was because I went in with a probabilistic approach. See, if I am wrong on this last trade, depending on how long I am willing to be wrong, I can potentially blow all my shit, right? And run through 150K in funded capital. I'm not okay with blowing three express accounts. However, I'm okay with finding out if I can come out in profit in one account. All right. The same way you manage a trade, you want to manage your decision making wisely to preserve capital and preserve your full funded allocation. Manage risk all around. Less is more. Less is more. I always say it. Don't fight to win against bad price action and market conditions. Simply defend yourself instead. Have your guard up if market wants to strike. Don't let the market take too much from you. And that's pretty much what I did today. The reason I also decided to enter on the PM session, right, was because I have back tested it before. Sure, I do prefer the AM session. I believe the volatility for the AM session it just fits my trading style a bit better, right? But I have also capitalized on the PM session as well, so long as my edge presents and I just make myself available for it. All right. Rule of thumb for my risk management rules, guys, is if the first trade I take, right, the first trade I take, I'm only taking it if the fucking all my confluences align. All right. If the probability is high enough that my full edges confluence are present. So I use my standard size of two contracts. If that trade hits TP, I am done for the day. If that trade hits my stop loss, I will not be using the same size on the second or third trade. I will de-risk. Okay, I will de-risk with the objective of potentially mitigating the loss, break even, and if I am objective enough to hold the winner run and end up in profit, then that's simply a +1 for the day. That's plus for the day. All right, congratulations. Here's a fucking cookie. All right, go have a drink. Right. But essentially, I want to focus on process over profits. And if I happen to be red on a trade, I work on not letting my emotions get the best out of me. Where like I insist on making the whole loss back in the same following trade. Sometimes even in the same fucking day. All right, I want to make sure I am following my rules first things first. Because as we all know, profits come as a byproduct of discipline and just following your system. You see, when I'm actually on a sick winning streak, I actually prioritize my risk management over anything else because it's when you're on a good run that things can get a little tricky. The win rate can sometimes get in your head to where you can get like a little cocky per se. It's happened to me before where I think I got one up on the market. I'm fucking invincible to losses and I can just adapt to any market conditions. Only for the market to just completely humble me and erase all my fucking process in just one single day. All because I was overconfident and I just had a cocky mindset, right? Now, while having confidence in your ability is a necessary trait to have to succeed as a trader, thinking in terms of probabilities, guys, is always number one for me. When you truly do think in probabilities, the market can't really harm you in any way because you're already aware of the risk and the outcome of every single trade you take. That's why thinking in probabilities will always be number one for me. After the probabilistic mindset is applied and you understand it well, the rest is just simply following your edge with discipline, not trading with ego, greed, FOMO, impatience. And when unfavorable conditions do come along, you survive, right? You survive with unshakable discipline and just always try to live another day. It's also very important. You don't have to make the losses back today, right? You don't have to, if you lose money, you don't have to make that money back that same day. This is a long term vision. It's a fucking marathon. This craft takes time to master. You want to think years ahead, right? You never want to think on a trade by trade basis. You want to be objective. You want to ignore your feelings. You want to be systematic. You want to be boring if needed, right? You're here to make money. You're not here for a fucking dopamine rush. Even though trading is like by definition a skill, you want to treat it like a business, all right? And that's just my outlook on it, as well as risk management. That's what I did today, guys. 3 trades, 2 losses, 1 win. Good day for me. Had good risk management and came out green at least on 1 XFA. I'll take that. We move forward. We keep journaling. We keep getting better. All right. Luckily for me now, even though I am lost on 2 of these accounts, at least 2 of these accounts are actually in sync for the payout, meaning I am only missing the same amount of days in 2 of these accounts in order to get a payout. So when I do request a payout, I will be requesting 2 payouts from 2 different accounts in the same day, which is pretty cool. So yeah, that's what happened today, guys. Today, price action has not been the best, but at least I managed to survive to the best of my ability. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. You will not only be showing me your support, but you would also be helping me reach other traders that are on this journey. They like this type of content and they just simply are looking forward to improve their game and their trading journey. All right, and become profitable traders just like me. All right, I'm simply documenting my journey. I know I will achieve monumental success, and you guys are simply here witnessing it all. Okay, the trenches, man, the fucking trenches. Thank you guys for watching. Good fucking day. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Let's fucking go.